Hello everyone, LonestarK here, and today we're going to be creating a game cover for a Super Famicom game called Princess Minerva. Now, this game was never released outside of Japan, but there is an English translation for it, and so I'm going to make an American style cover for the game. I've pulled a few images. One that I found was this one here, but it's a little small. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this image and we're gonna do an AI upscale to make it a little bigger so we can use it in our game cover that we're gonna do. So this is the website I'm using, which is just upscale.media. And we're going to go ahead and upscale this as much as the website's going to allow us, which is 4 times the size. Puts it out at 1640 by 980. Now what we're going to be using is a template that I made a couple years ago, and what I did was I just took a North American box for Super Nintendo, and I kind of cut out the window, so we're going to be using that. So we're going to take our upscaled image, which is much bigger than our original, and we're going to go ahead and copy it, and we'll paste it as a new layer in our template. And now over on the right hand side, we're going to reorder these layers so that our pasted layer is going to be on bottom. And I'm going to move this up because I like the bottom of the image, so we're going to use that as our basis, and then we're going to scale the rest of it down to that. And be sure to click this link here. That's going to make sure that the aspect ratio of our scaled image is going to remain constant. I think that'll work right there. So we'll go ahead and hit scale, and you see the image has been scaled. Now we're going to add the title to this. We're not going to have to pull the logo from the original image because somebody's already done that. See, so this is the logo that appeared on the original box art, the Japanese box art, and somebody's been nice enough to extract this out and upload it as a logo file on the Launchbox Games database. So that's what we're going to use. Go ahead and open that up, and all we're going to do is hit copy, and then we're going to paste as a new layer on our cover. And we're going to have to scale this one as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this layer invisible, because when you're scaling in GIMP, it's going to leave the original unscaled as well as show you a preview of the scaled one, and that's just going to make it a little too messy. So to get rid of what's there, we'll make it invisible. You click that little eye icon in the layers section on the right hand side to make that disappear. Now we can move around our scaled logo, and there's really not a good spot on this image where we can kind of see everybody, but I think this spot here is probably going to be the best. And we got it scaled, and then you go ahead and hit scale, and then you'll notice that it disappeared there. So that's because we have to turn our layer visibility back on. You just click over there on the right hand side to do that. Now this is a screenshot of the developer splash title screen, and I was thinking about adding this to our box cover. So all I did was select all of the color and then selected the white space. Then you got to add a layer of transparency so that when we erase that white color, it's going to just erase it to become a transparent background. And I'm going to put this in the black portion of our Super Nintendo box. So I want to change this black lettering, and I'm just going to use the eyedropper tool and select the same color that's in that stylized little logo. And after selecting, the black text, we're gonna repaint it to make it the same color as the icon. I'm gonna do the same thing with pasting it as a new layer, and now we'll use the scale tool to both maybe make it bigger and move it to where it'll work. But when you scale in GIMP, it's going to default to like a cubic type scale. So instead, I'm going to scale the entire layer, and then that option will allow me a few different ways that you can scale. I'm not going to use any kind of interpolation. Like normally it defaults to cubic, but we're going to select none, and that's going to give us a different kind of scaling. The reason I did that is I want to try to keep the sharp edges, and so I took a little selection box to see what width we really need to use over there in that section of the box, which it wasn't really that much bigger than what it already was. See, but I think we're gonna have a problem with this this logo, so I may end up not even using it. I'm gonna pull that icon out and maybe move it above the text and see what that looks like. So I'm going to use my rectangular select tool, or well, I'm going to have to use the lasso tool because the V is just so close to that icon. So I went ahead and selected that. Now I can cut it and then paste it, and then click that little plus sign to make our floating pasted section its own layer. So now I can move this icon around, and it's a little slow. It's just a little small for the rest of the text. So I think I might blow up this icon. Let me move this text exactly kind of where I want it. And I'm just kind of eyeballing the measure here between the yellow little dots on the side and the white portion of the box here, so that they're kind of even on both sides. So it's evened up. Now let's go ahead and scale this icon. And that box there is, see, I'm moving my rectangular select, and down at the bottom it's going to let me know exactly what that width is, which is 162 by 40 down there, if you see. So now we know what size to scale that icon to, and I don't want it to be when we scale it, sometimes it'll make the edges a little blurry. So instead of using the scale tool, I'm going to do the same thing like we did before, where I'm going to scale the layer. And now we can put in our width, which is 162. Go ahead and scale that. And now it should be the same width as the text below. And here we go. We're going to center it above our text. Give it a little bit of space. But that doesn't look good. It looks a little strange now. So let me make that icon just a little smaller. Maybe that'll help it in relation to that text. So we're going to go ahead and undo everything that we did, make it its original size. And now I'm going to take another measurement with our rectangular select. And let's see, I'm going to just kind of go from about right there, I think. We'll make our icon about that width. So now I'm going to deselect everything. Now we're going to scale our layer. That width was 100. Okay, so now our icon's a little bit smaller. Let's see if we can kind of center it up in relation with the text. Let's try it with a different interpolation. And you can see here's the fuzzy. See how the edges of it are just a little fuzzy, and it doesn't look right there, and it didn't look right with the hard edges either. So, but let's see. Here you can see there's with the hard edge. And I'm going to cover up this triangle, the purple triangle. So let's go ahead and create a new layer. And I'm just going to name this cover up. And just put that layer right above our black template. And now I'm selecting that whole box there. And what we'll do is we'll just fill it in with the paint tool with the same color as the black box. And there we go. So now I've got a black cover up on top of the original template that I was using. And I still don't really like that logo there. It just doesn't look right. Something about it. It's just a little too harsh, and I don't really feel like creating a new logo for that company, and I couldn't find good logos of it online. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do without that one. So we'll go ahead and make it invisible, our cover-ups and the logo and logo text, and I think that looks better there, you know, without that company logo. So yeah, this is the one we're gonna go with. If you like this this cover, I usually upload copies of it to the Launchbox Games database, so you can download it from there. And if you're interested in getting the English translation of this game, because like I said, this game was never released outside of Japan, but some fans did translate it, you can get a copy of the files to patch the ROM to English, at romhacking.net.